guess first time out there this spring, you got to really work a little bit deeper than maybe some of the early ones. How did you feel as far as stamina and everything else up there?
Yeah, I felt good. It's nice. I've thrown a couple of IBPs, face hitters, gone up and down, but it's always nice to kind of get the juices flowing, get the uniform back on, get somebody on the other side that's not on your team, So that was kind of the main goal today, was just get out there, try to get back into it. Finish my 3 innings, try to be efficient, and that's what I did. So, all things positive for me.
Austin, you'll have probably two more outings, I think, before the regular season starts, probably. With the shortened spring, how close to being fully ready do you think you'll be compared to a normal spring?
Yeah, I think for the most part, all of us will probably be, ready as far as like sharpness comes. We might not be able to time-wise get up to like 100 pitches, like you normally would. But as far as just, how you feel, I think we'll have plenty of time to get, to the point where you feel like you can compete, right? It's just probably going to be a start or two into the year to get us, to that threshold of 100 pitches. But as far as the timeline, I feel like I'll be, ready to compete whenever my first start is.
So the sharpness and command of pitches for you is not an issue, given the limited number of starts, more about the workload.
It shouldn't be. I still am going to get, I got a 1-inning live BP, a 2-inning live BP, and then I'll have 3 game starts. So that's still 5 times out there, right? And we were working over the lockdown. So, I feel like that should be plenty. It's just going to be, the actual stamina of getting up to 100 pitches. That just might kind of be tough to do before we get out of here.
Even looking at your first inning where you go out there, set up some things and get 2 strikeouts that way, looked like you were pretty sharp as far as your stuff and location was concerned.
Yeah, we're all major leaguers here, right? So, we feel like we can kind of go out there and get the job done right away. It's just about being smart, building up, the biggest thing with this is just trying to make sure that we build up smart and we leave here healthy, right? If we can only get to 70 pitches before we leave, then we can only get to 70 pitches before we leave, but let's be smart about how we're doing it to make sure that, we're going to be ready for all 6 months, right? So even if we're only able to throw 80 pitches in our first start, the first start's not going to be the most important start of the year. It's doing it 30 times and giving the team a chance to win. So I think we'll be in a good spot.
I haven't asked you this yet, but I know your season was curtailed last year because of the back. But when you were pitching, did Coors Field, once you experienced a number of starts, did you ever start to feel the toil and the grind that Coors Field can be? Because you're at altitude, it's dry, you need to hydrate, all that. Did that affect you at all last year in the time you were on the mound?
Yeah, I don't know as far as baseball-wise. I think somebody asked me this earlier this spring, and I feel like it's more of just kind of like the lifestyle-wise of like sleep and like you're saying, hydration and recovery. That's the stuff that, unless you've been through it, unless you've done it, it's hard to find something that works for you, right? Last year I spent all year trying to ask guys questions, Freeland, Marquez, Senza, the guys that have been there and done that. But again, everybody's different, right? So you just got to find something that works for you. As far as like baseball-wise, I felt like my stuff, translated to Coors just fine. I kind of picked that up. It's more of, like you're saying, like keeping the body in shape, keeping everything feeling good for 6 months, right? And, so there's a couple things that I'm going to try this year, do a little bit different, but at the end of the day, I think it's just listening to your body and being smart about, kind of what you're doing.
Given the lockout time, you guys did your workouts and did different things. Did you get a little more amped up in the workout situations while you were waiting for a settlement as opposed to a normal off season?
Yeah, for sure. The way I looked at it was we and some of the other guys too, it was kind of like we just started at that calendar date, right? So like when February 14th, 15th hit and we were supposed to be in here, but we weren't in here, let's kind of boost the intensity a little bit, because we always knew that whenever we got a deal, it was probably going to be short. So we kind of knew that we were going to have to be maybe a little bit more ready than you typically would be when you show up. But, for the most part, I think you've seen all of our guys showed up in pretty good shape. So, I'm happy about where we're at.
So that should facilitate your durability as the time goes on, maybe cut short the amount of time you have to limit yourself once games start?
Yeah, no, I mean, the way the schedule looks like, it looks like we should only have 1, maybe 2 starts at the beginning of the year that there might be some kind of, quote-unquote pitch count. But I mean, nowadays it's not like guys are going out there throwing 120, 130 pitches every 5 days anyways, right? So if I get to 80 pitches here, I need one more time to get to 95 to 100, and then I'm full go. So I think most of the guys are like that. I think we're all kind of going to be on that same schedule. So, you know, it'll be good.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
What's up? How we doing, man? Good. Yourself? Pretty good. Good.